Hey everybody, I've got a question for you. When it comes to having a relationship with God, do you have a growth mindset or a coast mindset? A growth mindset or a coast mindset? Growth mindset means you're trying to intentionally make progress and grow. Coast mindset is, hey, you're just kind of coasting along, seeing where the currents of the culture take you, not putting an effort, just kind of enjoying a trip on the lazy river, if you will, just kind of coasting. Are you growing or are you coasting? Hebrews 12, verses 1 through 2, kind of shows us what it looks like to grow versus what it means to coast. Let's look at God's word together. It says, therefore, since we're surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let's run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. So the scene here is that there's a Christian who is growing in their pursuit of Jesus. They're running a race, and there's a cloud of witnesses, like people who have gone before, who have done the race before and have finished the race. They're looking down from heaven and they're cheering this individual on. And so in these two verses, I think we're shown what it looks like to have a growth mindset versus a coast mindset. The first way we see this growth mindset versus a coast mindset is through how it relates to sin. In a growth mindset, it sees sin as something that holds you back from pursuing God. But in a coast mindset, you see sin as something that might be worth holding on to a little bit. Right? In the coast mindset, it thinks about sin as, hey, things are not that bad. This little guilty pleasure, it makes me feel better. It just helps me out. I get that, sin isn't a good thing, but I'm just going to kind of hold on to this a little bit. But in verse 2, it says, lay aside every weight. A growth mindset sees sin as a weight. It sees sin as like, hey, I'm trying to run a race, and sin is like putting rocks in my pocket. Like it is just weighing me down. And so the growth mindset wants to get rid of this sin and wants to lay it aside. It does not see it as something worth holding on to, but sees sin as something that holds it back. A growth mindset versus a coast mindset dramatically changes how you see sin. It also dramatically changes how you view the pursuit of God. Right? A growth mindset views the pursuit of God as something that requires endurance. A coast mindset views the pursuit of God as something that should come easy. Growth mindset sees it as something that requires endurance. A coast mindset thinks it's something that should just happen easy. Hey, I should just kind of coast into this. God should just make it easy for me. Right? It shouldn't be so hard. Right? Pursuing him should just be this thing that comes naturally. But no, this verse says, run with endurance the race set before us. Endurance means that it's hard. Like it's not natural, right? Like you can't just go out and run a marathon. No, you're going to have to be willing to endure the training. And then even when you're doing the marathon, you're going to have to be willing to put the effort in to endure through that whole time. Running a marathon does not come easy. The Christian life is a lot more like a marathon than it is coasting on the lazy river. It takes intentional work. It recognizes that there is effort that's going to need to be expended. There's endurance that's going to be required. The Christian life does not expect the pursuit of God to be easy, but to actually be filled with the need for endurance. But the growth mindset sees that endurance as worth having because it sees the goal. Whereas a coast mindset only sees what's right in front of it. Right? Coast mindset, you're just kind of going whatever feels good in the moment. Let here, let there, whatever feels good in the moment. But a growth mindset looks forward to the goal. It looks forward to, hey, I'm going to run this race with endurance. Why? Not because every step is easy, but because I want to get to the goal. And what's the goal? It says looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith. As we run this race, we are looking to Christ. Our goal is him. That's what we're running after. It's not just a finish line. We're running after a person. We're running after Jesus. This text directs us to look to Christ. the person of Jesus is our great purpose in life, to look to him, to enjoy him as our greatest treasure in our souls. And so this is why we want to get rid of sin, because it's holding us back from him. We don't get those rocks out of our pocket because we want to be able to run faster, because we want to pursue him, because we long for him. This is why we want to go with endurance, because no matter how hard it is, we have a growth mindset because we want to grow in being able to know and love and enjoy him. Friends, there is nothing that is greater than having Jesus in a vibrant and close relationship with him. And so my encouragement to you would be, don't sell out for a coast mindset. No, embrace a growth mindset. Flee sin, whatever the cost, and pursue Christ as your greatest treasure. Yes, you'll have to endure. Yes, it will require effort, but it is worth growing, because what you're growing for is you're growing for a deeper soul satisfaction in the love of Jesus, who came and died for you that you might be able to live in a relationship with him. And so, friends, grow. Don't just try to coast through life. No, grow through life as you pursue Christ. Oh, that is the path to deeper, lasting, and more meaningful joy.